Hey, is there anybody here? Ready or not? I have to check if it's running or not. Okay. Hey, is there anybody here? Okay, so I think we are good to go. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. I think should be alright. Where can I see the chat? But I think it should be okay. At least in my phone was okay and alright. So let me check. And I start with some music just to, test.
I'll never leave you alone. I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm never giving it up. Revenge is sweeter than love. I'll never leave you alone. I'll never leave you alone. I'm like a dog with a bone.
Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. So, I got a lot of music by you guys, so let's start with a random one. We have like 25, 26 songs, so just pick randomly one. Okay, it's by Rich. Okay, let's do it. I will actually not listen to the full tracks. I wanna skip to different parts and like, let's say the drop, build up, and I will check it out, like how it sounds. Great, ambience is nice. So it's more like kind of progressive type of track, I would say. Maybe some things in the mix could be better. For example, the hi-hats are in the background for me a bit, and actually maybe you could add another layer to the kick. I miss some extra energy because it has like a very nice character already, but I just missed some kind of punch, I would say, something like that. but more like a impactful that really like cuts through the mix and slam it in your face. Otherwise, it's a very good track, I think. I mean, could be better, but you're on the way to become better. Actually, I don't know. It's your first track or like the 10 or something like that, but you're on the way. Just keep doing it. And as I see, you've been already like creative with like the vocal and things like that. So just keep doing it, keep experimenting, and it will be even better. So actually, guys, I no I cannot see the chat. I don't know why, because actually it's not showing up for me in the OBS studio, but I hope everything's fine. So okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, it's I'm gonna check it later because more tracks, but let's just pick one random. Okay, it's by Kutna. He's producing like a bit lower BPM stuff, but let's give it a go. I'm gonna check the chat on my phone. So it's more like a classic hard groovish type of thing. I think it sounds very good. Like I cannot pick things that are like not working well in the mix or something like that. So I think it's a good track. Not my main style, but I do listen to this kind of music sometime, and I also started to some projects similar to this, but not finished something yet, but who knows in the future. So I can only say that it's a good track, for real. And I heard this guy's music, I think, before, some tracks by him, and it was already good, but it's even better, improved a lot, I think. Okay, and he sent another track. I already heard this one because I was testing out the setup. So, but let's give it a go. I enjoyed it when I heard it. I do love this one actually, and it's way better than the one that was before. Only thing that like here, this kind of glitchy part is I mean it's like sick, crazy, and unique. But at the same time, in a party, it can be confusing. So I'm not sure I would put this part it in because, for example, maybe if I play live, I want to mix actually the next track around and it becomes like confusing for me, like what's wrong with the players, or maybe even if I know the track, or I just wanted to play it. I heard this part and I downloaded it and I wanted to play it, and after it becomes confusing live. So maybe consider that, but otherwise I love this track. It's very good. I give you a follow, bro. Okay, it's by Kishim. Okay, let's go. Okay, production wise, it's a nice track. Just maybe I mix some kind of like creepy top melody or something that gives more how do I say, like more of a theme to the whole track that I can follow and I can resonate with. So yeah, I can say that it's like purely it's like a botchka track. It would perfectly fit in like a botchka style set for sure. Like that's a good track. Maybe one thing that at the beginning I heard some hi-hats and it was also kind of lame, like in the background it was a little bit lo-fi-ish, but not in a good way, if you know what I mean. So okay, next one, because I know it's a whole concept, so I'm gonna spend more time on this one. It's by and the next one is by Christoph, Hard Night. He sent actually like I think like 3 or 4 tracks. So let's give it a go. So production wise, it's alright. It's okay. The thing that bothers me a bit is that it could be way more interesting. Like for example, it just sounds like like it sounds like an intro, and it takes a lot of time, relatively. So you could spice it up a bit more, like maybe do like little shorter breaks with some other elements, or spice it up a little bit, because I mean it can work in a set. For example, if you layer it with like another 4 track, or I mean like 3 track, or 2 or something like that, but it definitely could have more potential with like more variations and more character. So yeah, that would be my advice, actually. Thank you for sending. Okay, he was before now, but okay, let's check another one now. Okay, Dicento and Axel, Never Let Me Go. Okay. Okay, I might actually will play this in my set. Uh, First, I was not so impressed because the kick and the structure, it was like too typical for me, and at the first drop, but I really liked this breakdown part, and the sound design of the second drop. I really loved it. This kind of bird sound or something like that. I do enjoy that. So yeah, I think it's massive track. Of course, you could improve a lot of things in your mixing and things like that, but I think you will get those points by yourself, like just by doing it, and hearing your tracks, and experiencing how it works live, how it's not I mean, how it's not working live. So yeah, I think it's a good track. So I have to remind myself to download this on my other computer that I use for Recordbox, because I think from the break and the second drop, because of that part, I will play that sometime. move on to the next one. Okay. There is a third one by Kutna. Let's check that one as well. Honestly, the second track that I heard from you was the best for me. So it's hard to, find something better, but it can work nicely in a set, I think, to just spice up like a hard group set or something like that. It's more like a Goa type of thing, like psytrance bass and this kind of shit. So yeah, but it can definitely work in a club, especially when the crowd is prepared for like more experimental stuff as well. Or it can be like like something that makes difference in the set. So yeah, it's a good track. What else can I say? Okay, no, I'm moving to this one. Just look at the titles. Okay, the track titles are nice. I'm gonna start.
Who you knows that makes the difference. And you now will know me. My name is... and I will be your expert cardio host. My concept? Very simple. I am gonna come into the privacy of your own home and become your certified personal trainer. I am going to educate you, I am going to motivate you, and I am going to guarantee you, without a doubt, results. Our target area?
Emo girls and sad boys.
My concept? Very simple. I am gonna come into the privacy of your own home and become your certified personal trainer. And you now will know me.
Okay, that I really liked the intro. I mean, actually, I love the stuff that has like a concept, because I see that you built this up as like a whole story, and it's a very nice approach. So, a big up for that. And let's move on to the tracks, actually. It's crazy. I mean, this kick is like unique at the same time, but disgusting. I mean, a good way. Like, it also has some kind of hard techish feel or something like that. But immediately I become scared for real. So yeah, I would actually maybe not play it in a party, but listen it as an album just for my fun, because just for having fun. It's like watching a movie or some kind of TV series or something like that.
I love you. You're the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me. And there's a part of me that will always love you. You're the most beautiful thing that ever happened to me. I will always love you. Part of me that will always love you.
The thing that I would highlight is that it's really nice that I hear some kind of theme and melody here. So that something that I can connect to, that I can follow. Actually, I try to be closer to the mic or just take a bit to the volume, because somebody told me that I'm a little bit quiet on the stream. So I hope it's better now. Let me check. It should be better. Yeah. I think we can go even higher. I think it should be all right now. Okay, let's go back to the tracks. Karasho is a very great producer as well. Actually, I would just continue listening because I feel it's like a whole story. Like it's I should listen to these together. Another nice track. Just one thing that I really hear, the kick is like very deep, and I think it has a bit too much sub. Like it's a bit. You know, I already hear that it can be a problem in some club systems when you play it, and it can be too much like unpleasant bass on this track. But otherwise, of course, it's a nice track. And I do want to highlight the thing that I really liked, that it's like a whole album concept, and it's very artistic. Like it's like a whole story. The album, 5 tracks, but it's an album essentially. So yeah, big up for you guys. Thank you for sending. Okay, I'm gonna just check. Like maybe my friend wrote it that my mic is now better or not. But it should be already way more high in volume, but I can turn even more, and now should be something like alright. Okay, let's move on to the track by Liban, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but let's go. Okay. There's something wrong with this upload. I don't know what. So sorry, bro. I cannot. Maybe it's like a SoundCloud thing, you know, that it got broken. Some things like that. It happened to me as well. Sometime I uploaded some things and I was not able. Okay, now it's what the fuck? Okay. Okay, let's move on to the other track. Sorry, bro. Okay, I can already tell that the kick, the hi-hats and like percussion is okay. It's alright. Like it's punching through. It's good. The acid part is very good. I think it really fits with the track. The thing that I feel out of place and like unnecessary is the rave stab. I just don't feel that this track needs a rave stab melody or something like that. So maybe put some other synths, or just modify the whole structure of the track and leave that part out or something like that. It could be way better, because the acid part and the other parts are really nice. Just the rave stab is like out of place for me. So keep on doing it and you will get better and better. Thank you for sending, bro. Marreza, last hour. Final. Okay, let's check it. I love it. It's not my style at all. Like, I don't play this kind of things. Or maybe I played it like once, something similar. But first I was not expecting much from that track, but the pre-drop fills are like, I just love it. So it's very nice track. Thank you for sending, bro. I was expecting something really bad, you know, from the, you don't have even a profile image or something like that, so maybe you should build up like an artist profile and start doing your stuff, because that would be really good and that would make a lot of difference, you know, like people can find you. More fame. He's also a Hungarian artist, and I know his tracks are very sick, so I hope this one too. in sound design, mixing and mastering, you did a very great job, bro. Just, I think I already told you because I know he, and we sometimes speak a little. The thing that I miss from your tracks is that some kind of thing that I can follow, some kind of melody or something like that. You know, that grabs the attention. You know, like a hook, let's say. So that's what I would advise. But I think we should make a collab someday together. Maybe we already talked about that or something like that. But we have to sort out my time and do something together, because otherwise I really love your kicks and the creative feels with the sounds that you do. It's very great. So thank you for sending, bro. Okay, that's another one by Christoph. Let's start it, and we start, and I check my phone if everything is okay with the sound or the chat. Okay, so first at the intro I was not so impressed, but okay, let's just not fuck up my microphone. So, but I started to enjoy the melody here. It's really sick how the drop comes in. I like that part. Otherwise, I think the other parts are not so interesting for me, but I can give the advice that I do feel like you produced while there was some heavy limiting on the master bass, and I think some sounds are just fighting with each other, and it sounds like it could be way better if every sound has a place and it's not fighting against each other. Instead it's working together. That would make a huge difference, I think. But you know, I don't know how long you produce, but just to learn that, it mostly takes time. I always say that the most important tool that you need for a good mixdown or master or whatever is that your ear, and always use your ear. Like basically that's all matter, like how it sounds. If it sounds good, then it is good, and that's all. Move on to the next one. That's another one by Christoph, but I'm gonna skip to other tracks. That's another one by him. Okay, let me check this one. Mzperx Insane. Okay, let's do it.
got a standard, says hottest of the month. You know I get like. Like that.
So it could have a way better kick. I just cry for this track because otherwise the melody is the beginning is just like beautiful. I really enjoyed that. But the drop is kind of disappointing. I don't want to hurt you, bro. So just because I really like the original idea of this track, and I do expected more powerful drop with a more powerful kick. It's just maybe do a remix or a re-edit and release that as well, because that would be like a potential banger for real. As like Mantis wrote here, it's that would do as a great opening track, and yeah, it's true. Like that would be a really great opening track. Just the kick for me is just not fitting the track. So yeah. Thank you for sending. And I hope it doesn't hurt you. I don't want it to hurt you, just want to help you. Christoph again. Okay, but let's hop on to this one by Varga. I think he's also Hungarian by the name, or could be Spanish actually. But let's check it. It could be a really good track, but I just feel the same that that I told for somebody else before, like two tracks ago or something like that. That I really hear that on the master chain maybe there's some like very heavy limiter, and it just cannot control the sounds, and it becomes like more like distorted, but not in a good way. So keep your eye on that, like not over limit the stuff that you make. Sometimes like the half of the limiting is enough, and yeah, distortion does not necessarily mean something good. It can be bad as well, but overall I think you're on the right way to produce some potential bangers. Just learn a bit more about mixing and mastering. you know, and send to artists like me. For example, if I'm able to check and can say feedback, that would really help you, because you know, every artist at the beginning struggle with the thing that we send our first tracks to the friends, and they all say, "Wow, it's so awesome! It's really heavy! Wow, what the fuck!" And at the same time, it could be improved. So yeah, definitely connect with some artists that you like and try to get some feedbacks. So that would help your productions a lot. Thank you for sending, bro. Okay. Christoph sent a dozen of tracks. Danko Zone 23000225 by Ritual. I think the track could have more melodies or more spice in general. And for example, guys, you don't have to make a track like 6 minutes long if you don't want to. Sometimes you can perfectly fit what you want inside like 3 or 4 minutes. Just don't make long songs because people expect it to be 6 minutes long on Beatport or whatever. I mean, it was if it was your purpose and you want it like this and you felt like you want to make it like that, it's okay. But in a party it can become boring. But the main part definitely has some like melody and things like that. Just the other part of the track sounds like a very long intro and a long outro. So maybe you can add some like tiny elements that play a role in the track, like I don't know, some percussion feels inside the track parts or something like that. You know, just be creative and be more open-minded about what can you do with your DAW and your plugins and samples. Or maybe switch your DAW. I do love Ableton and FL Studio as well, but it feels like you made it in Ableton and you done it like mathematically, like okay, copy this part and just sort it out. So but otherwise it sounds nice. I think the hi-hats are on point, the kick is alright for this style. It's totally alright, I think. Thank you for sending. Okay, so finally we have, not finally, but almost, we have 2 other tracks by Christoph, and I downloaded 3 other tracks because some of the guys, for example Odir, sent the demo on Google Drive, and I wanna give you, all of you, an advice, like, don't send this kind of download links. Send private SoundCloud links, always. Preferably downloadable links. Because I don't want to deal, or like, let's say an artist want to listen to a track, don't want to deal with like downloading the stuff that you send. So, and it's easier to listen. For example, if I'm on the go, let's say sitting on an airport, I can even listen it on my phone if you send me. So, and I don't want to hustle with Google Drive and downloading like huge wave files. So yeah, that's an advice. Let's go with Christoph. Mommy doesn't like it demo. No master. On the synth sound, maybe you could have used more distortion or saturation, and maybe a bit less of decay on the envelope settings. And the other thing is that you could like make it through like 3 minutes and do more breaks, just the same things that I explained to others, like more interesting parts, try to switch up the whole arrangement, try new things out. Because yeah, and maybe on this one I miss another layer of kick to have the power, because it already has like a nice punch and the character, like it's kind of like metallic vibe, but I do miss something that really bangs, you know. And another one by him. The same thing that I told. More variation. Switch up the arrangement. And you can be fine with like 3 minutes of a track. You don't have to push yourself to, let's say, 4, 5 or any minutes. Just feel what's inside the track and really like, it's so, for me it sounds like a bit unfinished, like you had some ideas going, but that's like idea wise it's like 60% done, and the other 40% is just missing from the track. The meaning, the theme of the track. So yeah, I would really advise that. Thank you for sending, by the way. You sent, I don't know, like 4 tracks or something like that. The whole stream is about you. Okay. And let's move to the demos that I received with Google Drive. The first one is by Chessa, Let the Bass. You don't see the window, the player. So it's a well produced track, I would say. The mixing is pretty much nice for me. There's enough reverb on the kind of screech sounds and things like that. Just it could be something more original, because it feels like 2022 bass well or something like that. But let's say it's a learning curve for you, and you need time to develop your own character, your own sounds, your own way of producing, and it takes time. So definitely not a bad track at all. I cannot say something bad about the mixing or the track itself. Just these things that I told. Thank you for sending. So that was Let the Bass by Chessa. And let's move on to Oh Dear. It's called Demo 1. So yeah. Maybe you should give a track name for it.
I get my babes, they do what I say, they try to get saved, they line up for me like they cop in the J's. I tell you get right, start hugging your age, can't believe it, try it, bitch, you're playing.
I don't know where you got the vocal, but it's nice. Or you recorded it maybe?
Do what I say, they try to get saved, they line up for me like they try it, bitch, you're playing.
So, it has a potential, for sure. Just the vocal can be more like it can be mixed better, the vocal, and also I do miss energy from the kick. So the kick could be more powerful. Like with something with a sharp punch would work way better. And yeah, and the vocal needs proper mixing. And something with the synth, or something about the synth. Some sounds sound like stock presets or something like that, but you could be more creative with that. But the average listener in a club will not notice it. So yeah, improve the mixing of the vocal and put a better kick in this track, and it will be a great track, trust me. So let's go to the second track by him. So it's Odir Demo 2. I mean, it's another track. So the kick definitely again needs a bit more punch and some extra layers. It's kind of, I know what you wanted with it, but it's kind of weak, not strong enough. Otherwise, I'm not a big fan of the synth melody. So that's not the best track of you, I think. But the first one that you sent was really great. I enjoyed it. I mean, I heard the potential, so definitely try to work on the things that I told to you, and it can become like really a good track that you will be proud of. Okay. So we had like 25, 26 tracks. Maybe I will make a stream like this, like a demo feedback stream, like once a month. So if you're not already following me, please do follow me on YouTube and also on Instagram, because on my Instagram you can get updates about me and also about like things like that, when I'm gonna do a live like this or something like that. So go and follow me if you're not already. Thanks for everyone who sent a demo to check for me. I mean, for me to check. Sorry, I'm getting tired. And also I wanted to grab this moment to thank all the people on my SoundCloud, because I just reached 15,000 followers on my SoundCloud. So thank you for every one of you that following me. I think I'm missing something out, but anyway, I'm just gonna finish now the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was good enough. The thing that I was missing, the live chat on my OBS studio. I will have to learn more about the OBS and how to set up it, but that's just the start. So thank you for everyone who tuning in, and I hope it will be uploaded on YouTube. I don't know how I set it up, but I hope it will be uploaded. So thank you for everyone for watching me today. See you in the next time. I will do, I think, other contents as well on my YouTube channel. It takes time, to do the setup for it and build up the concept and all this kind of shit. So thank you everyone. Bye.